My name is Tom Levy, aka the HUMMUSSIAH, and we're at the HUMMUSSIAH in Toronto. This is Toronto's first hummus joint, and we focus on warm hummus. You know, there's this age-long debate about hummus. Who does the hummus belong to? You know, who came up with it first? And to be honest with you, throughout my journey of like going through the discovery of, you know, where hummus came from, what hummus is, how you make it, who does it the best, the answer is nobody does it the best. The answer is there's different styles. So every culture does it a little bit different. You know, for us, hummus is all about the love. We don't talk politics. We don't get into the, you know, it's not about the ego, really. It's just about the hummus and spreading it as far as possible. The other very, you know, specifically special thing about us is that we focus on warm hummus. So all our hummus is coming straight out of the pot, basically, going into the blender. As soon as it's blended, from the blender it goes to the, you know, the person's plate. So it's not getting refrigerated at any point. So yeah, one of the biggest things that we kind of realized we wanted to do is we actually brought in a new chef, Chef Daniel, who's got a culinary background, Middle Eastern culinary background, and actually helped us elevate everything around the hummus, and the hummus itself, to be honest. So it just took us to another level.
My name is Daniel Benyaminov. I'm the executive chef at the HUMMUSSIAH. At first I was a bit hesitant. I did hummus in the past. I had my own gig going on, and I think Tom heard about my doings, and he approached me and asked me if I wanted to join the team because he was looking to make things a bit more, I would say, serious and professional. But after a few times we spoke, I realized that our visions are very similar in terms of what I wanted to do. Basically, show the world that hummus is not only a side dip for carrots or celery. It's a meal on its own. Hummus on its own, it's delicious, but when you serve it hot with any other hot toppings in it, the combination is just, you can't beat that. In the past, we had maybe 6 or 7 recipes. Now we have about 20 recipes. We want people to know that warm hummus is one of the best, healthiest meals that you can get out there. Spread the love and spread the hummus, basically.
So yeah, it's been a little bit of a long journey. I got to Canada after winning a battle with cancer. I spent about a year in the Middle East getting treated. I came here to study business management, and during my 4th year, my last year in university at U of T, I actually got word that my dad passed away. He had a sudden heart attack at 50. I ended up going back home to be with my family, to grieve with them. I spent about a year back home, and during that time I basically found out about warm hummus. I fell in love with warm hummus. It became my comfort food, and just, you know, it became my thing.
Hi, I'm Alvin Quasiga. I used to work at the HUMMUSSIAH up until about 2 years ago, but before that I was Tom's roommate, and that's kind of how I got into the restaurant. But it was actually a little bit of a weird story. We're a year from graduating each, and it was 2015, and both our dads passed in about a week. So heart attack on my dad's side, and then afterwards, 7 days later, Tom's dad passes as well. And I don't even know, it's a strange thing to go through with your best friend, because we were neighbors at the time. And so we kind of had this weird understanding of how much we needed to work. And I guess, like, once we started up on this thing, Tom's like, Alvin, I want to start a restaurant, and I need to take care of my younger brother, I need to take care of things back home, I'm the oldest sibling. And it's a really wild thing to go from, yo, bro, we're just playing Call of Duty all day long and going to classes, to like, dude, I want to start a restaurant. And it was a bit of a weird, not weird, it was a crazy transition to watch. And those first 6 months where I was just busting ass, waking up at 8 in the morning, and leaving here at midnight, and that was my day, and then go to class if I had time. I don't have to worry about how the thing's going, because Tom's one of these people who's just got such a good head on their shoulders. So when it comes to how this place has grown, it's a reflection of how Tom's grown, you know?
What we want is the chickpea to be completely mushy. So we want a chickpea like this, that when we squeeze it a little bit, it's completely creamy basically. And if you don't want to go through all that trouble just to find out if your chickpea's ready or not, you don't want to get your hands dirty like that, and maybe you want to have a little bit of fun as well, the best way to do it and check if the chickpea's ready is to toss it against the wall. And what we're looking for is we want to make sure the chickpea sticks. We don't want it to bounce off because then it's not ready enough. We don't want it to explode when it hits the wall because then it's overcooked. So chickpea test 1. Nice and sticky. We'll do one more just to make sure. Perfect. That's how you check your chickpeas, yo. Throw them against the wall. I'm a mad scientist. I'm not the regular kind of scientist that actually does all the work the exact right way from A to B. You know, I like to skip around a little bit here and there, but once I get into something, I get really crazy with it, and I get down to the deepest details. And I'm talking to the point where, you know, like I've talked to chefs about making hummus, and they're telling me like, look, this is irrelevant to the process. It doesn't matter if you wash the chickpeas 3 times before you cook them. And I'm like, nah, you just don't get it. So that meticulousness is a big part of it. We do everything, you know, kind of as natural as possible. It takes longer, it's harder, it's a more tedious process, it's more fun, and you get a much better product. It's tiny little details that, to me, I feel like that's what makes all the difference. You know, you ask a young entrepreneur, like an up-and-coming entrepreneur, why is their first business important to them? You know, at the end of the day, this is my baby, right? And once I got fixated on hummus became my baby, and the HUMMUSSIAH became my baby. And my goal just basically became to share this love that I have for this comfort food with as many people as possible.
What I noticed in the beginning is his incredible, specific, sharp, perfectionist palate that we were able to specify exactly what flavors we want to bring out to the plate. Yeah, it's beautiful.
He brought stuff to the plate, I brought stuff to the plate, then we made a bowl. Yeah, so for me personally, it was just the idea that we could create a dynamic where you know, each person is in charge of what they actually have a passion to do. Daniel has a passion for the kitchen, and I have a passion for business and hummus specifically, and we combine those 2 things together to just bring hummus to the people. You know, you have to be able to trust each other and give each other different responsibilities. And so that plan of becoming, you know, North America's biggest chain, North America's biggest hummus chain, North America's only hummus chain.
We're coming.
You know, so the idea, yeah, you know, it requires at least 2 of us and hopefully more people along the way as well as we grow.